The purpose of this video is to go over some aspects in the decision of making loans on Prosper. Prosper is a site for peer-to-peer lending. The loans are categorized in a rating system, AA being defined as the least risk with the least return, NHR being defined as the highest risk with the highest returns. The categories are AA, A, B, C, D, E, and HR. Prosper rating might not carry much weight depending on what you are considering. What I will be looking at are things that seems important to me. Different people value different aspects or might have a different knowledge on how to use the data. If you invest, you will see some patterns in the loans and will make your own criteria for your loan funding. The following information is public data. These are SEC's filings that are posted on the Prosper website. The filings are separated by dates. However, I did not note the date down, but they are all from the same date. Let's look at note series 124-28497. Prosper rating is a D. Prosper score is a 3. This is a custom score from Prosper that used loans from April 2008 to April 2011 to build the scoring system. The Prosper score estimates the probability of a loan going bad, where bad is the probability of going 60 plus days past due within the first 12 months from the date of loan origination. This tells us the Prosper score calculation is to indicate loans that look likely to go 60 plus days past due in the first 12 months. If loans are 36 months and some are even more, 60 plus days past due in the first 12 months is not too important to me. I am more concerned about the default rate of the whole loan. There are loans that get defaulted after the 12 months period. Maybe if there was some calculator where a person could plug in data or even on the loan itself that tells the likelihood of default throughout the life of the loan. That would be more useful to me and would help protect my money. FICO range is 640 through 659. Delinquencies in the last 7 years. 7 of them, but looking at the current delinquency, we can see that there are none. Current delinquency is when a person have a missed payment or an underpayment for the last bill minimum amount. Revolving credit balance is 3K, which does not look bad on the first glance but need more information. Bank card utilization is 86%. We can make a guess that's good enough for us that revolving credit is bank card credit balance. That means if utilization is 86%, then 3K divided by 86% is 3488. The person total amount that banks trust with this person is $3,488. The person loan amount was 5K. If companies that have departments of people that reviews borrowers' credit history and determines the credit amount decides to trust less than 4K with this person, then an individual like us would be weary when more than the trusted amount is requested. Not a reason to automatically not be interested in the loan, but a red flag nonetheless. Debt to income ratio. 24% is good. The person makes 4 times the amount of money in which the person is indebted to. Length of status. This refers to the length of time of being employed. This shows 0 years and 0 months. This is worrying or something is off. The debt income ratio tells us that the person makes money. The debt income ratio could be old or The length of the status will be wrong. Since it's your money that is being lent out, use your cautionary judgment as to what is wrong. What is your worst case scenario, depending on what stats are wrong? Description. Here we see debt consolidation. This person has some debt or debts that are more than what the banks, for credit cards at least, trust with this person, and yet have a low debt to income, which seems odd. However, we can only use what we see on the note. With just this information, this might not be something too fun. Did the person just start working? Why so much bank card utilization? There may be more information for the investors. Something useful would be if the person can show proof of the amount owed that will be consolidated and the person is currently paying it off. An explanation of the employment situation might also be available to the investor, but with just the little that is presently there, this loan might be troublesome. Let's look at note series 124-28686. Prosper rating is a B, higher than the previous loan. Prosper score is an 8, higher than the previous loan. FICO range is 640 through 659, which is the same as the previous loan. Delinquencies in the last 7 years, 8 of them, but looking at the current delinquency, we can see that there are none. It's just one more delinquency than the previous loan. Revolving credit balance is 14.5K, more than the last loan. Bank card utilization is 56%, less than the previous loan. So far, with the credit trust and utilization, this loan is better off than the last one. Debt to income ratio, 19%, is good and close to the last loan. Length of status. This shows 3 years and 5 months. The only thing worrisome in this section is the occupation of NA, in which I think is fouled by a drop down or someone's job may not just be present. Description. Here we see debt consolidation. The major differences seen were credit balance, utilization, length of employment, and income. Hopefully all of the items in the profile are current and accurate. I do believe some info are filled in by the borrower and not verified. These are large aspects that will affect repayability of the loan. This person's trusted credit is about 25.8K and is looking to borrow less than half of that. This loan term is 5 years and not 3 like the other loan. Having one's money tied up for all those years might not be a good choice. Outside the length of the term, this loan seems pretty good. Let's look at note series 124-28881. Prosper rating is an E, lower than the first loan. Prosper score is a 2, lower than the first loan. FICO range is 640 through 659, same as the first loan. Delinquencies in the last 7 years, 7, same as the first loan. Revolving credit balance is 3.6K, slightly more than the first loan. Bank card utilization is 37%, less than the first loan. Person is using about a third of what is available, which is good. The amount trusted would be around 9.7K. Debt to income ratio, 12%, is good and better than the first loan. Length of status. This shows 14 years and 1 month. Description. Here we see Texas. This loan is a lower rating but makes more money with a stable job. I think lives in a less expensive state regarding cost of living. The first loan, the person lived in California. This loan, the person lived in Wyoming. This borrower has more credit trust, utilize less credit, and have less debt to income. There has to be other factors not shown to go into the prosper rating and prosper score. However, I can only work with what I see. This person is more credit worthy, asking for about the same amount of money, and this loan would have a higher rate at the same term for the first loan. Just off that alone, I would say this is a good loan to fund. My concern is the description of the taxes. I do not know what this refers to. However, normally the government has a ceiling. I am not aware of the property tax ceiling except for Florida. Yes, I know that this person is in Wyoming. Um, the ceiling is 18%, but I am assuming Wyoming would have one as well. I'm not going to research that. You can if you want. However, I did look up the IRS tax and penalty. It seems that it is 0.5% per month. And if there was a failure to file and pay, then it's 5% per month. The max penalty will not exceed 25% of the unpaid taxes. To me, in both of these cases, it seems best just to pay the government without taking a loan. Someone else can do the real calculations on that, though. I brought up property tax since this person has a mortgage, unlike the first person. This description of taxes seems suspicious to me. However, with the profile this person has, the loan seems to be good for an investor. I doubt this borrower should be an E, while the first loan borrower was higher with a D.